I forgot how to wake up so early. Okay, so I did something. Do you know what is Adobe Color? It's like a website when you can put images to make them into palettes, like color schemes and stuff. And also you can find some like just inspiration. So basically I'll show you. I'll put it in the chat. So I used mine and Flora's artwork. You can see it in the group, in the chat.
See.
And also, as well. It basically automatically creates. It analyzes like the colors on the image and creates a palette. So I think maybe we can, because I feel like Luke is kind of worried that we don't really work together as a group, sort of. So I think
it's a shame, but that is to do with maybe corona restriction viruses, though. Of course,
Yeah, but like we need to create more collaborative work, so we have to work together more.
Yeah.
So I think maybe we can use sort of same color scheme, like for our artwork.
I saw the screenshot that it looks really good.
Which one? The palette?
Yeah, I saw the screenshots that you did chat.
Yeah, so
really good.
I think.
Yeah. I think it kind of works. Yeah.
Do you think maybe we should define specifically?
What did you say?
Sorry. Do you think maybe it's better that we define specifically what everyone? I understand that being tested positive, it's been hard this week. Have you been? You said that you were in and out in hospital, getting tests and whatnot, or?
Yeah, but it's fine now. Like today's the end of my quarantine, so tomorrow I can actually like go out and stuff. But let's just stick to the topic because like we don't really have much time. So I think it'll be better to stick with one color scheme. It doesn't have to be exact color, but just please save those screenshots with the colors, and like let's use my and Flora's image, because we even on the second picture that you did, Flora, you have this sort of like teal color, like this blue green color. And I think
I'm not as well versed in like digital technology. I can use it to. I have Photoshop. I'm sorry. Do you want a more consistent color scheme and for it looked a lot like loads of mishmash styles together? I get it.
Yeah, exactly. I think it'll look cool together, honestly, because it'll look more professional. Because usually when you create a zine, you sort of do some similar colors, so it looks good together. Can you do that, Felix? Is it fine?
Yeah. It's hard. We should communicate that. Should we also define, last not least or whatever, I wrote a lot of notes or whatever, will any of those be necessary or whatever, the research that I did or whatever, or are we just going to communicate it entirely visually?
I think we'll do it visually. I mean, you can add text, but I think it has to be sort of your response. So you can't just copy paste something from Wikipedia, or something. You have to quote it correctly and stuff. But I think it's better to use your own words when you're talking about the topic. Maybe you can like use some small, just like small text, but not like the giant one. I feel like Zine is not about like big text, honestly. I saw some zines, but most of them are like, yeah, exactly. So it's more about like visual, visual things and stuff. So let's focus on the images. And I think from what I got, like when Luke told us like the feedback and stuff, I think he wants us to sort of focus on one thing, like, because I did a lot of different stuff just to try it out, like all different ideas. But now we have to really focus on sort of like something particular, So it's like, I don't know, because in Flora's case, she did a lot about sort of engagement with social media, so like how social media actually affect us. Because in your first artwork where there's like a painting and everyone's just like using their phones, I think it's about like how people want to experience things rather than, you know, like share the experience rather than just sort of reflect on what they see. So they don't want to see the painting, they don't want to kind of process like, you know, just think about it. They just want to take a picture and share it, and that's the new sort of thing that we want to share nowadays with lots of people. And we care a lot of what gigantic, like enormous amounts of people think of us in social media.
Oh,
So I think maybe we can kind of focus on that, because it initially, like all the apps and stuff, it's all about a lot of like I don't know, massive crowds of people that are using it, you know, like something we need to find a sort of very specific topic and sort of work. I mean, everyone can share their thoughts and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot to get.
So we are focusing on how people addicted to social media.
Let's maybe shall we do it like that? Yeah, like social media addiction, because we need a narrative. That's what I got from Luke. You know, we need the narrative, so we need things to be connected to each other. We can't just throw like out all of our like images and that's the zine. No, we have to kind of, you know, make it like a puzzle, so they just stick to each other.
So we have to have a connection between each this work.
Yeah, it's like just imagine if you're like, all the time when I do my work, I try to imagine what people will see. Like, you know, not think of me, but as try to think of as other person, like the viewer, you know. Because if we look at our website right now, obviously it's just to show Luke that we're working and stuff. It's not like the actual zine, but all of our ideas are like, they're not connected at all, and that's like our main problem, and we need to work on that right now. What do you think?
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah. If I just like to make a point, do you think we should? The issue is that maybe we should clearly define. Are you guys still going by the worksheet we got given a few weeks back? You know, the introduction. You know, where we were given the different descriptions. Like I know,
honestly,
like.
You know, it doesn't have, you know, in one of emails, I think Macy said that you don't have to stick to those instructions. They're just to direct you. You don't have to follow them.
I may have taken it. I use those 13 terms a lot for the basis of whatever. I went out my way to describe as many as I could. That was part of the task, or whatever. But yeah, maybe I'm being a bit too narrow-minded about it. It could be anything.
No. It's a starting point. That's exactly what you need to do. It's just a starting point, but after that you have to sort of get on with your own thoughts and stuff. You know, your own processes, sort of like.
Sorry, is that was so funny to take that as a literal, you know, like the only forms, right?
Yeah, but it's just a starting point. But after that, it's just for you to sort of get the idea what they want from you, and also get some inspiration. And after that, maybe you'll think, oh, I found this interesting and I can work on that more. That's the thing. You don't have to exactly follow all those stuff. Like I didn't, because I don't really have time to do it at this point, you know. It will take much time for me to follow
13 major pieces of work related to all of that, or everything to do with the internet, because the internet, God, I think there's like several hundred, like there's like maybe like 20 years of YouTube content released, like I think every month or something like that. You know, it's impossible, you know, to write about every single piece of media, you know, or every I really like that artist you showed me or whatever. You mentioned in chat, the guy who does, you know, all those brightly colored 2D Japanese style art, and he made a film about jellyfish. Yeah, what was his name of him, that Japanese artist? Oh yeah. His stuff, it's amazing. Yeah, it's so trippy, and I just looked on GE Images the first time, you know, and his beautiful spirals of like jellyfish or whatever, and his art is displayed somewhere in the UK or whatever. I was walking past his iconic, you know, his brightly colored 2D flowers or whatever with, you know, looking sort of ominous. There's this big pillar with all of his art on it. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
it was interesting.
I saw it on Freeze Art Fair last year. There was some of his work, and also he did a big exhibition in Moscow like around 5 years ago. It was amazing. But
Oh, wow.
anyways, so I wrote in the chat. So I think we should focus on social media addiction. You know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
just because it's a broad topic still. It's like a lot of things to do. Like just like if you think of Flora's artwork again, there's like two completely different pieces, but they're all connected because it's about social media. It's very nice, you know.
Yeah.
But it's not as broad as attention economy. So I think it's better to sort of narrow it down so we can focus on something more specific.
Yeah.
So in Felix's artwork, again, you sort of redesign the apps, and it's again how much impact it has on our like a human.
Yeah. I thought that,
And
you
I
know
think,
how,
yeah.
yeah, shows like, you know, the most mild form of parody, you know, like let's say The Simpsons, you know, technically they don't use, they'll say instead of the Joker, they'll say the jokester, you know, part of the joke is making the most minor of changes, you know. I thought it'd be a bit too dull, you know, just to have the flat out Snapchat logo. So making mild changes, you know, like making the Snapchat, you know, like a typical ghost with eyes.
Yeah,
Making,
I get it. Like when you can't
it's
use
very
the
simple, you know,
brand,
but yeah,
yeah.
but just that change, you know, just
It's,
edit it up a bit. I'm
yeah,
sorry. Yeah.
it's like you know in GTA they have like Sprunk or something instead of Sprite. It's
Sprunk,
the
yes,
same, like
that's it, you know.
just a bit of slight change when you can't use the actual brand, but you want to sort of identify like that.
Thinly veiled parodies, you know.
Yeah. I think it's fine, and I think although I think you need to sort of try out more stuff, not just stick with just one drawing, but maybe like for example you took the Snapchat, right? You added eyes, that's a cool thing, but maybe
Yeah.
you can also like create different versions of all those stuff, so you know, then you can pick the most creative one, because as I go, like for instance, like I created like around 30 sketches of like different stuff, and at first it was too obvious, you know, when it's like only one drawing, it's sort of too obvious. You have to work, you have to create more and more to create something more, you know, like not as obvious, sort of. So I feel like that's the most important thing for us right now. Sort of create something more not obvious, but at the same time something clever. That's what people like, you know, clever images. When you
Yes.
think that, oh my god, how I didn't think of that. That's what we need to do. I think to catch attention again. We're again we're fighting for attention. Basically with our zine. We need to create a good impression. So,
I thought, one thing that I thought at first, I was inspired by basically like, I thought that maybe it could be, I was going to make like two towers and like all the apps together, because you see that he's being crushed, you know, by the weight, you know, of digital distraction, whatnot, of just the endless, you know. I thought maybe making it like he was going up a chimney or something, but like the whole walls were made out of these apps, like, you know, and he was like,
you should do it. You should do it. You need to don't just make them stay in your head. You have to like actually, you know, visualize them.
Yeah, I was
Because you're
inspired
doing an interesting, but
when they
you
said
need
this.
to write it down.
Yeah. Right, yeah, where this character describes playing this game has all of the difficulty of trying to juggle up like a 1 foot tall like chimney pipe or something like that. Yeah, like, and he's like, let's say he's just like, he's cramped, you know, by like digital media, whatever, you know. And I mean, chimney sweeping, was of course a terrible job or whatever back in the early, a few hundred years ago or whatnot, but like this time he's being swamped, you know, a far more dangerous thing, you know, like he's having his livelihood taken away by just the endless mass produced, you know, of like digital marketing, you know, the same for all smartphones, you know, like he's literally being crushed, you know, basically inwards. You know.
So I think we also need to focus on, if you want to focus on particular app, I think it's also fine, like TikTok or YouTube. If you want to explore like and create something about like the individual app, I think it's also fine. But just basically stick to social media topic, okay? Maybe Felix, in your case, I think you like to create characters. Maybe you can create some sort of like a because you created like just a Gen Z guy. but
Yeah,
maybe this time you can create a character that is addicted to social media, like the actual like visualize how the person will look like when they're super like into YouTube or super into Spotify or something, you know.
It's a bit too simple. I can draw like would you like, I thought of doing, of course, a character down at a desk, you know, at his computer, you know, or laptop screen or whatever, and he's like, are you familiar with like, do you read manga ever? Like I assume, like, well, yeah, but do you own any of the manga, or do you just mainly watch anime?
I do.
Yeah. I really like the artwork of a series called Berserk. Are you familiar with it? Yeah, Berserk.
I didn't read it, but I know.
Yeah, but the art it's known for its incredibly visceral, detailed. You know, of lots of like, it's quite horror. It's like an 18 plus. Like there's sorts of horrible shit that goes on in that. But like there's this one particular scene of like this character just like guts himself, just screaming and pure. But like I thought maybe doing something a bit like visceral, like he's screaming, like he's addicted to like the internet, whatnot. Like he's looking down at his phone and he's just like, in fact, I have the image right here.
Felix, just to, like, can I ask for something?
Sorry, yes.
Just draw them. Honestly, all that I ask is just to draw them, because your ideas are very interesting, but we can't, you know, because when you talk about your ideas, each of us like will think of it differently based on our, you know, like imagination. Because when you're talking like using words, we process it differently. But when you actually draw it, we can see how you think.
I'll express that, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, that's
Flora,
the point.
do you have like Flora, do you have like any thoughts on maybe your next like illustrations?
Yeah, I think I will continue in focus on the TikTok addicted. Like in China, most of people who have the smartphones, they are almost all addicted to the TikTok or the 50 seconds short videos.
I think it's kind of interesting. Maybe you can like do something about like China in particular, like how it affects your own country.
So I will combine these two into the Chinese culture.
Yeah, that will be super cool, honestly. I think like when you bring your own background to your artwork, it's very interesting. And also like TikTok has those colors, you know, like the logo. It has this pink and like cyan something. Yeah. So it's still like in the color scheme. So again, like
I put the different colors for the logo.
Yeah, sure. I think if you use at least several colors from the color palette that I sent, it'll be cool because it'll look like good together once we combine them, you know. It's also like colors also have narrative, you know, so it's not only like about the plot or the actual images, it's also about the colors and the way we do things.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see the final product. Yeah. I think I'll just stick to my own like experience with social media and I think I'll work on the sketches that I did before and sort of, you know, just because I can't really, you know, create more and more. Like I don't like I think I created just enough, but I'll just sort of maybe create more sketches based on the initial one and make my final work based on the images that I already did. So yeah, just let's also like let's share our work on Instagram, okay? Like if you just drew something, let's take a photo and like send it to the group chat, okay? So we know like we're following each other and like we're, you know, working, because we have a very like we have a very small amount of time. We're kind of like we have to be a bit pressed right now.
Time do we have? I thought though, I don't know whether our particular group or didn't you mention that someone else in the class tested positive? Obviously they remained anonymous for politeness sake, but like I don't know, since we're like, I know it's no one's fault or whatever, but we were a bit.
But like there's someone in the group when your rotation B tested positive.
Yeah, so it just comes, I feel like there are people in LCC in general who are positive, not just in our course. So it just comes. You'll never know, like so.
Yeah.
And this,
I don't know. Like Luke kind of tried to say that, like if our group will be affected, like in terms of deadlines, he said like, oh, but I'm not sure about your deadlines, about our group's deadlines. So I'm not sure if they will kind of postpone it, so that we can.
maybe whatever.
I'm
I'm
not
sure
sure.
we might have to. Well, yeah, I don't know. Do we need it though? I'm not sure. Like even if we could, I think they have to. Rules are rules. They have to keep them in or whatever. I'm not sure unless it was an extreme case. Whether they'd be able to. The deadline is meant to be next. When is it? Next Monday? Next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday,
Next Tuesday.
December.
I want to see the brief again to see all the deadlines. Where's the brief? Like I can't find anything. It's so annoying.
Yeah. Do we have any other lectures today?
No, not really.
Let me see.
What about CTS? Have you guys been getting along well with the CTS?
Yeah.
Well, I just like wrote one paragraph, but I feel like I'll postpone it because I'm unable to write anything at all right now. Like it's so hard to focus and concentrate.
Did you guys start writing essay?
It's like the hardest task, at least for me, to write. So it's like I got the lowest grades on my writing IELTS test because it's like the hardest thing to do when you learn language.
Hate that writing in general,
I feel like everyone's just hate writing, honestly, but still they always do it in uni.
Writing. I always get a lower grade when I was in foundation.
Because like speaking and writing is the hardest part. When it's like you just read, absorb information, it's easier.
Language. So actually not my first, so it's hard for me.
Yeah.
Flora, do you still have you been using any of the language courses that's been sent or whatever?
No.
A lot of foreign students, they have. I don't know. Your English is good or whatever, but some others they might like. There's because there's a lot of of course so many foreign students. There might be a language communication or whatever breakdown. And have you not been? Do you know anyone who's been using like those language sessions or whatever?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. Yeah.
I think on level 4, did you have like a language class?
Yeah, we got the language class for the CTS.
Yeah. Last year I also had. Yeah.
The tutor Jima, she teach us the
Yeah.
CTS.
It was kind of same. Basically, once a week.
Yeah.
I'm trying to I tried to find the brief. So I can't. Where is it? So annoying. I want to have it.
Just are you searching directly in the toolbar? You can
I'm searching in Moodle.
Oh, what brief exactly are you trying to find? The original brief that we got in week 3, I think it was.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Thank you. I found it. Okay, okay, so project deadline. It's a formative presentation, so basically we'll have a presentation with Luke, I think, just 5 minutes. And it's Tuesday, 1st of December.
Okay, yeah.
So I think we'll need to combine. I think we're kind of screwed.
No, we're not. Don't say that. We just have to, pick hey, I don't know. Don't worry.
I mean,
I'm
joking.
Yeah, it's fine. That's why these Zoom calls are. We have a more clearly defined idea, Kseniia, what we should do now, and the kind of consistent visual aesthetic, that we want throughout. I know that. Thank you for giving me that. I know now that if I want to do some sort of my style or whatever, I should just write them down. I should keep in more considered, because all of yours, mine are definitely maybe not as colorful as it could be. I'm thinking of, doing, mines are a lot more washed out, pale, because I'm using traditional means. Did you use all of those scan drawings? What did you draw those digitally via paint, color, or did you just draw them and scan them? What materials did you use?
I just drew like the line ones, just like the black and white. These are just my drawings in sketchbook. Yeah, just doodles. I just drew them and scanned them. I use my phone to just scan them in the app. So you don't have to have a scanner. What type of phone do you have?
I have a relative, a bit out of date, an iPhone 10R, but I still really love it.
Yeah, you can, in your notes, you have a scanner and you can scan your image.
Oh, right.
I use this one and it's very good quality. So please scan them with your phone.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. What I do or whatever is that it's a bit convoluted. The photos that you take, whatever, I set them down or whatever, somewhere in my room with the best lighting or whatever on my desk, just take the photo and then I airdrop them to, but for some reason, these, I don't know, Apple, the thing is with Apple products, as much as I love them, whatever, there's such issues with coding. You can't really use MacBooks for gaming really or whatever, even Linux computers or whatever, it's like Windows, Linux, they all have one thing that the other don't, like they're all so inconsistent. There's no one.
But in terms of this scanner thing, it's very nice. Honestly, just use it. It's very simple to use.
Okay.
And it creates a PDF file, so it's already like.
And it's on Notes, you say?
Notes, yeah. So you create a new note, and do you see this like camera icon?
Oh, yes, of course.
You press on it and there'll be scanned documents.
Ah, yes, idiot. Sorry, I've seen that. Yeah, I've never properly used that way. I didn't realize it was that simple. I use Notes all the time, like for writing and reminders. I don't really use it for that.
And then you just sort of lay down your paper with a good lighting as well. Please don't use yellow light, like the artificial one. Use the night, like right now it's the best time to take photos, so just lay down your paper and take the picture and send it, and you can airdrop it as well on your computer.
I will do that.
So you don't have to have an actual scanner to make a good quality images.
Yeah, I know. The reason why it took so long is because the convoluted way that I'm sending photos now, whatever, is that I take the photos from my library and I compose an email on Gmail containing the photo size and send them to myself. And it takes an age, because even sending like maybe 4 or 5 photos can take up to a minute, because the file size is difficult to read on Gmail and something to do with the compatibility. I don't know. I think I might try switching back to Sony or whatever. I think.
Why can't you airdrop them again?
No, I can for some reason. Just the internet or whatever in my house from where I live in Southwest isn't amazing or whatever.
But airdrop doesn't. It's a Bluetooth. It doesn't.
Bluetooth. I don't know.
There was Wi-Fi.
Get fixed for some reason. The reason why it was taking a bit of time for me to get oh my god, I'm sorry about that. I knew I should have. Yeah, it's because airdrop.
I'm not saying anything serious. I'm just trying to help in terms of like our collaboration work. That's all I need. I just want a good collab, and that's it. I don't have any like negativity and stuff.
No, thank you. No, of course. Sorry, I didn't. Sorry.
I just want to help. That's everything.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude.
No. I mean, just Look.
No, it's fine. Yeah, but I do need to get this.
I got a new toy, Flora. Look.
Look. Oh, that's so cute. I saw it on your Instagram.
Yeah, I saw that. Very cute.
It's like it's.
What series is it?
It's called BT21. It's basically thank you. Upgraded.
Thank you.
It's like BTS. They created those characters. And it's like the most. It's the funniest thing. Basically, we're making a zine about like how we're against like mass consumption and stuff, and me buying all this stuff, all this like.
Yeah.
like branded stuff because they produce a lot of stuff now. And it's just I'm obsessed. So yeah, it's like the only exception in terms of like consumerism and stuff. This thing I will consume for sure.
That's the hypocrisy of
So
capitalism.
yeah.
Hmm.
So I think also I think I focus on Instagram too, you know, in terms of social media. For me, because I feel like I mostly use Instagram, so I think I'm kind of familiar with all the issues. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so let's just make a summary, okay? Like so basically our topic. Do you want to write it down? Just like, do you want to take notes or something?
No, I think
Just to make sure.
type in the chat if possible.
Okay. Do
Well,
you
this
want me
I
to
don't know
type
if
in the
it'll be
chat?
recorded.
Yeah,
Should we maybe, oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
we write maybe
So
digital notes
basically,
right
yeah,
now, or
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Write a Word document or
So
a notes app, you know.
yeah. Just take notes just in case if you need to, like, you know, you can just open it later and just see what we've been
Notes.
talking because
Yeah.
yeah. So basically our main topic right now is social media addiction, and we can create anything but based on that topic. So it's more specific rather than just making something about attention economy, just social media addiction. Also, we can sort of stick out with color scheme with the screenshots that I've previously sent. So we can you can like we can use different colors, but I think we need to use at least maybe two colors from the color palettes that I've sent, just to keep it, you know, connected to each other.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like two or three colors from the color palettes will be fine. And also I think it'll be great if we share our work more on Instagram in our group chat, so we send the like everything that we're working on. So, you know, instead of just like having a call just once in a week and then we'll realize that nothing's connected, we need to sort of always talk to each other so we can easily manage our collaboration, you know.
Indeed.
That's the most important stuff. And share it will be much better if we share actual drawings, not just, you know, like concepts now. So if you already so before you like send something in the chat, better to draw it so you can, like, you know, boom, here I go, I did some work. I drew something. I'm an artist, I'm an illustrator. Yes, I'm a successful person. Yes. So I think that's it. And if yeah, basically just for instance, what I'll do is I'm gonna send you guys, like, for instance, like, this is the illustration I'm working on right now, and I'll show you like step by step how I'm doing it. So maybe you can, I don't know, give me some feedback. It's a collaboration as well.
Yes, of course, you know, feedback on each other's ideas. So when we're going to do that on the workflow blog as well, do we need to record like these sessions or whatever, you know, discuss, you know, like our progress, whatnot, you know, how it worked, you know, when developed, you know, of course, you know, via workflow as well. I mean, should we even have screenshots of the blog or whatever, of the Sway blog somehow onto our workflow? Should they both be incorporated?
I think it's a good idea, yeah, to take
put a link of Sway on the blog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Our tutors, I think they'll just, yeah, they can just use our link to Sway and see, like. But I think it'll be cool if you take screenshots of our Sway right now, because we'll change it, obviously, you know. But it's like a work in process. You can just take a screenshot right now, how it looks, and put like, yeah, here we discussed, like, this is how our Sway looked when we had the discussion with Luke, you know, or something.
Yeah,
because we'll
and
change this way, yeah.
The dates and whatnot, and yeah, and
also I think he said to that maybe we can change our like layout to like a landscape or something. I'm not sure, because I think he said that it's better sort of play with the design of Sway.
Sway a little bit like WordPress. You're familiar with that most
Yeah,
popular site? Yeah. WordPress. I used WordPress, and I still have my WordPress from my previous course or whatever, when I was doing like fine art and film, whatever. And we posted all of our main animation projects towards WordPress. And WordPress is interesting because it's quite simple, minimalistic. But if you get upgrades to like, is it sort of like a paid subscription thing? Like if you pay for like the premium version, you get access to way more slides, make it more presentable, digital, whatever. And it's a way to gauge activities, you know.
Yeah, but Sway's kind of limited. Sway's kind of limited, so we have to make the best out of it.
I use a Blogger for my foundation, so all my stuff.
Me too. Yeah.
I'm fine.
It was WordPress for LCC and stuff.
I think Blogger is working more great than the Sway.
Yeah, but Sway is more like advanced, like sort of it can be used into PowerPoint presentation. WordPress is very much like maybe a bit more old tech or whatever. It's very much just like a portrait page or whatever, slide down, and yes, you can customize the background, but you can have subheadings. Whilst Sway is just more like a quick like little design. It's more like making like a more traditional style website. Whilst WordPress is just like you click on the subheading. So let's say you're doing like fiscal responsibility, or you're doing microeconomics, you know, and from like the 1940s, whatever, and you're doing a history blog or whatever about ancient Rome or whatever, you know, and you have subsettings for Constantinople, you know, you'd click down for that, whatnot. Whilst with Sway, you know, it's just more like a slide, sort of like that, like a micro blog, basically, as compared to like
exactly. It's just like a presentation sort of style.
Yeah, sort of thing.
Just like to present style. So I think we need to sort of think of our deadlines, because we need to submit on the we'll have our presentation on the 1st, but we also have to sort of get ready, like prepare to have the presentation. This will be like a 5-minute one, so we have to really think of what we're gonna say. So it will be in a week, right? So I think we have to work on our illustrations for like basically until Sunday. I think on Monday we should like actually create our Sway again, like just like put everything together, and also have maybe like a sort of, what's called, like basically we can, what's called it's like how's it called, because sort of try to make our presentation in advance, like talk through everything we're gonna say, something like that on Monday. And also assemble everything on Monday. I'll start on Sunday, but everything will be okay. Is it fine?
Yeah.
Or maybe even better if we'll start assembling on Sunday, just in case. Just in case.
I think we need to upload all of our drawings and tags on the Sway during this weekend before the deadline.
Let's focus on uploading everything on weekend, and on Monday we'll have sort of walk through everything and maybe make some small adjustments, obviously. But yeah, that's so. I think we need to create like 4 illustrations, right? Each.
Yes, I'd say so. I mean, I'm kind of jealous about how prolific, but I know there's more I need to do or whatever, but like
just focus
like
on 4 illustrations.
4 major illustrations. Well, yeah, we certainly have. Do we need we need 14 slides though again, right? Yeah, one opening one or whatever. Should we divide them, like who should be first or whatever? Should my descriptions, of what it's meant to be?
I think it
does they need to be should be beginning, middle, and whatnot? Should the topics be a certain structure, like the beginning should be information age or whatever? I know those words, just a general term, and at the very end it can be like the future of the internet, whatnot, or the structure.
Maybe we can start with your work. I think the order that we have right now is nice. Like we start with your work, then be my work. So because you are clearly focused more on the actual like apps, so it's like more like general.
I'm gonna add a bit more color in the next pieces or whatnot. Yeah, I think that,
And-
maybe I should
and-
try doing things digitally as well.
Yeah, and also about like the front, I think the first slide, maybe we can do some sort of a collab work, you know.
Mhm.
Maybe we can draw, each of us can draw some like characters, and I can like assemble everything in Photoshop, so we'll have like one big, like sort of messy illustration. So,
Yeah,
you know, like you can draw like characters, or I can even cut out some characters from your actual illustrations and sort of example. I'll show I'll show you what I mean. Because I really like how it sort of looks. Okay. I'm gonna send it to the chat. Like here, sort of. It's like Jamie Hewlett's art book cover.
oh yes, of course.
Take a look.
Yeah.
So it's basically, you know, all those characters, they're sort of, you know, they doesn't have anything to do with each other. They're all from different universes and stuff. But
Yeah, I love
they
it.
all
I have
look
the
very
book as
cool
well.
together.
Let me show you. I have it.
I like this one. It's so
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah. So, you know, all of them are from different universes.
And we combine them together.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the physical version.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I saw it in the library. It was so cool.
Yeah, well, I have that. It's expensive though, mind you. Yeah, one of my favorite books.
Yeah, it's so expensive.
Utterly
I
beautiful.
mean, yeah. So basically, can you show that cover again? Like the
Got the front cover, the main one. A lot
no,
of people.
no, the other one.
Here we go. Sorry for the bit of hair damage. I've had it for like over 2
So
months.
that's the actual one. Yeah. So I think it would be cool if we do something like this, you know. So we sort of stack our drawings on top of each other and create this all of like universe, you know. I think it
Yeah.
sounds cool. What do you think?
Sounds amazing. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, if you want to create some extra drawings for this one, or we can use just every, I can create this using all of your images, like, you know, just I will cut some characters from your illustrations and assemble it in one, like, just canvas. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right then. I think that's it. Probably, guys.
Okay. Great. Yeah. I think we should. What are you guys going to do for the rest of the day? You're going to continue.
Yeah.
You're going to add more to the blog.
And have to finish it.
I'm gonna start working on illustrations now, because you really have to we really need to like work hard this week.
I need
Yes, of course. Yeah.
my essay today.
What?
I need to finish my essay. The
Yeah,
800
that's
Oh,
true, yeah.
800. Yeah, I'm a bit unclear on that. If you could help me out, the 800-word essay. When is that due in for? I'm a bit behind on my CTS, but if I can't quite find the email on the top of my head. When is that
I
due?
can send the brief to you.
Oh, thank you. Yes. What is the
Yeah, it's
subject
due
on
to
it?
next week.
Yeah, I know, but I'm fine with writing that. Whatever, I can do that. Think about it. When you did work in school or whatever, you know, I know a lot of people's high school work is not of the best standards or whatever, but you did about like a few that. Hell, in university, when we do our dissertation one day, it's going to be up to 8,000 words.
Yes.
Yeah, but we won't have a 1 week for that.
Yeah,
So
you have a lot more. Like your
Right.
dissertation is this gigantic piece or whatever. It's like making like for some, it's like making like a quarter of a Game of Thrones book or something.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we need like 8,000 and 10,000 words for graduate essay. And
Yeah.
like when I was in foundation, my tutor said that we need to prepare the graduate essay from year 2.
Yeah. And remember, if you leave out a single apostrophe, they give you an F.
Come on.
I know, of course not, but like, no, punctuation spelling is very important. Sorry,
Alright.
yeah.
All right, guys. Just so let's stick to our topic, and also let's send the work on our Instagram, okay?
Mhm.
Thanks,
I
Flora.
just pretty brave.
Nice. All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Mm.
Fighting.